Welcome everyone. My name is Login, and we are here with a brand new Magic the Gathering set. It is January 28th, and as of today, the new set Kaldheim comes out for the general public. Norse mythology is the basis of the lore of this set, and I gotta say, it looks like an amazing set, and I'm really happy to jump right into my first ever draft of the set. Um, Not going into this completely blind, but I have, of course, not drafted this set yet. I think we're gonna go for best of three, or we're gonna go best of one, just so we can get more games in with see a lot of different cards. But best of three is usually my preferred game. But here we go. We'll jump right into the draft here. Ready up. Looking for a bomb in pack one. Okay, well, that is certainly a bomb, and not in the usual sense. Toski, I think, is going to be extremely good. I mean, let's read the card here. 4 mana for a 1/1, indestructible, and cannot be countered. Very difficult to get rid of right off the bat. It attacks each combat if able, so it's not an indestructible creature you can keep on the defense. But for each instance of a creature dealing damage to your opponent, you draw a card. And that is pretty bonkers. Let's see what we're passing here, because we're definitely taking Toski. Frostaugur, very good 1-drop. In a snow deck, this is like, tap for 1. You got like a 50-50 chance to draw a card if you're in a good snow deck. Bounding Gold and Mayha, both good cards. Passing some good white here. But other than that, pretty weak pack overall. Dual Strike, I think, is playable. But like I said, I think we're just taking the Toski and have some fun. Squirrel, I mean, it's a legendary Squirrel. What's not to love? Well, and here we gotta make a different choice, because the green here, these cards are both playable, the Guardian and the Lined Worm, but they're both pretty filler. Not exactly second picks you want to be taking. I think there's really two main picks that we can grab here. One being the Vengeful Reaper. This is a very good card. Vampire Nighthawk is a great card, and I'm willing to get rid of Lifelink for a little haste. Still makes it good. Foretell being a new mechanic, making this a possible 2-drop on turn 3 if you really want. I'm leaning towards Demon Bolt, I think. This card is very good. 3 mana, 4 damage to a creature is already very good stats, but you can foretell this and later just becomes a 1 mana bolt to a creature, bigger than a bolt. I wouldn't blame anyone for taking either of these picks. Sot Coming is also a good card. I think I'm going to take the Demon Bolt. Okay, and here, the only red card, other than the dual card, is this Shackles, which is not what we're taking here. Grizzled Outrider isn't a bad card, but it's not particularly the green that we want to be seeing on the first pack. Excuse me. If green was more open, we'd hopefully be seeing better green cards. So you could take the Grizzled. Battle Shield Warrior, I think, is an alright card. And Kurder's Vicious Return, I think, is okay. I'm not in love with it, but I think it's good. What are we taking here? Maybe we do take the Kurder. Because even if green is open, sending this over isn't much of a signal to the people next to us. I think I'm going to take the Vicious Return. Okay. More kind of mediocrity. Forging a Tyrite Sword is whatever. If you have bomb equipments, I guess it's playable, but I don't think this is particularly great in most Boros decks where you want to be pretty aggressive. Fearless Pup is filler, but playable. Alpine Meadows is certainly a possible pick. Augury Raven, I think, is a fine card. King Harold's is okay. Seize the Spoils, I think, is also playable, but not really something you want to take this early. Man. I think white seems kind of open. I'm going to take the Battlefield Warrior. Well, now we're getting some different signals here, because white... We got two Battle Shield Warriors back to back, and they're not great cards, but I think they're definitely playable. Ice Hide Troll I don't think is really what we want to be doing. There's a Replicating Ring and a Return to the Tide. Well, maybe green is open, because all of these green cards are certainly playable. I think I like the Troll more than the Outrider, but that kind of forces us into a Snow synergy deck. But I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take the Troll. Wow, and now we get a Feed the Serpent and another Demon Bolt. That is a very late Demon Bolt, which I think tells me that red seems open. Stalwart Valkyrie, excuse me, I think is also a very good card. Feed the Serpent, I think, is probably top 3 commons, if not the best common. But man, Demon Bolt and a Frenzy Raider, I think, is telling us that red seems like it might be one of the colors we want to be in. I think it's going to be a pretty easy Demon Bolt for me. Wow, another Demon Bolt. Okay, so 3 Demon Bolts, 7 picks in, I think is pretty hotsy-totsy. There's a Shrimmerdrift Veil, which I like a lot. I think Skemfar Elderhall might be the best of the 2-color lands. A Firewalker is also very playable. I mean, it's more closer to filler than high pick, but I mean, pretty good filler. But man, I can't say no to 3 Demon Bolts. Get in there. Alrighty. Got another Valkyrie. Closer to filler, I think, but playable card. I think Hagi Mob and Ironstrom or Immerstrom Raider are probably going to be my top 2 picks. Hagi Mob is definitely good, but is... Oh, man. I think I'm probably leaning closer to the Raiders since we don't have any 2-drops right now. Though Immerstrom Raiders, I'm pretty sure will go pretty late. Like, we could probably get those later. I'm going to grab the Mob. I think that might not be the right pick, but I think it's alright. Might end up splashing this Curders. Between a Vault Robber... Well, you know, Horizon Seeker isn't bad. I like it more than these two, and once you already have 3 Demon Bolts, like a Dual Strike, like, I don't know if it's really necessary. I think I'm just going to grab the creature, because as of right now, Ice Hide Troll is even a card that, well, I say that, and then we get it past a Snow-Covered Mountain, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the pick here. I'd really like to play this Ice Hide Troll if possible. Because Ice Hide Troll, I think, is... I mean, there's a lot of good green commons, so it's definitely not the best green common, but it's up there. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Mountain. Pretty easy. Sideboard Shackles could be good. Depart the Realm is a pretty good card, but I don't think we're anywhere close to blue, so we'll just take a Sideboard Shackles. Certainly a good card in certain contexts. Seize the Spoils versus a Fearless Pup. Probably going to be Seize the Spoils. Helps with our splash too if we end up playing it, and Fearless Pup is not really what we want to be doing, I don't think. Wow, a Vault Robber, which I don't think is a good card, but it's a 2-drop. It's also a Replicating Ring, which is snow mana and it fixes, so I think we're going to be taking that. Wow, Frenzied Raider. Wow, that's really good. Okay, we are certainly in the right colors. Getting a second to last pick Frenzied Raider and a last pick Firewalker. What do we have here? Well, there's two good black cards. Rune of Mortality is a good card. Probably the best of the runes, if I had to make a quick guess. Yargoth is a very good card, but I don't think we're looking to be black. I mean, the green we have is okay. I mean, the bomb is good, but it's not like our green is amazing. Man, I almost want to take the Yargoth and maybe just go into like a red-green or red-black Boast deck? I mean, I'm not taking the green cards here. It's between Frenzied Raider and the Yargoth, and Frenzied Raider wheeled. I mean, second to last pick. I'm going to take this card. Yargoth is just a very good card. Assault Ravager. That's a pretty good one. Feed the Serpent, though. See, now this is where we need to make a decision. Because Feed the Serpent is a very premium removal spell. Not that we're skimpy on removal, as we already have 3 Demon Bolts, but even though Basalt Ravager is a giant, and we're not doing giant synergies, I'm pretty sure we'll either have a pretty good amount of warriors or berserkers on the field, so it's definitely not a bad card. But Feed the Serpent, man, it's hard for me to give up a Feed the Serpent. There's also a Finn. Man, Finn is a good card too. You know, I'm going to take the Finn. I think we're going to try and stick with this red-green synergy. Yargoth is good and possibly splashable depending on what we get. We already have incentive to be a black splash. Squash versus Way Down is in our... Oh, well, I guess we're not really black. You could also take the Snow-Covered Mountain here. I think Squash is a good removal spell, but we already have removal spells that are better, including, I'd say even Curders is probably better than Squash. I'm kind of leaning towards the Snow-Covered Mountain, because again, Icehide Troll is a card that we want to be able to play, and it's only good if we can comfortably pump it. Yeah, I'm going to take the Mountain. Wow. Okay, well, we're just getting really the nuts here. Another Frenzied Raider, another Demon Bolt, and we also have a Highland Forest, which is a pretty high pick for us, as it splashes, or not splashes, it fixes, and it's a snow mana. But man, I'm hoping that we wheel the other Frenzied Raider, but I'm a sucker for a Demon Bolt. What can I say? I mean, I feel like this is probably the best red common. I mean, we take this Demon Bolt, and I feel like we're good on removal for, like, the rest of the... Yeah, I'm going to take the Demon Bolt. A 4 of... Oh, Svella? That is pretty impressive. Can we wheel the Svella? That is the question, because there's also a Frostbite here. And Frostbite might even be better than Demon Bolt, and I know that's crazy. There's also a Cavalry. Man, a lot of good picks here for us. Also a Snow-Covered Mountain. I think Svella is certainly good, but it's more of like for a higher end deck, as it's pretty dirtily. I think I'm going to take the Frostbite, and if we wield the Svella, the Cavalry, or even just the Snow-Covered Mountain, we'd be really happy. Here... Oh, Sulphurous Mire. Sulphurous Mire. Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy Sulphurous Mire here. With this and maybe... I mean, we have the Ring, too, that we might be playing. It makes splashing for the black a lot easier. Not really anything else here. I do like the Longbow. I think that's a good card for an aggro deck, or even for a mid-range deck. But yeah, I'm going to take the Mire. Now, what do we have here? We got a Notvold Slumbermound, which is... It's good, but it's expensive. 7 mana, effectively, where you sack it, you get a 4/4, and you destroy a land. But we already have one of these in the sideboard, and I don't think we want to play an Effigy or Splash for a Skull Raid, so I'm going to take the Slumber Mound. Demon Bolt number 5, you say? Am I overvaluing this card? Do other people not like it? I don't know how you couldn't like this card. I didn't go in here thinking I was going to get 5 Demon Bolts, but you know, here we are with 5 Demon Bolts. Frenzied Raider comes back. I like Craven Hulk a lot. A 4-mana 4/4 goes a long way, especially in an aggro deck. And Run Amok I think is good, but not in a deck where you already have a bunch of removal. Easy Frenzied Raider, I'd say, for me. We've got 2 boasters, 3 boasters, including the possible splash. Oh, and the Hoggy Mob. And I think pretty... Oh, got a snow-covered forest here. This is an interesting pick, because I like Firewalker a lot. We already have a lot of 3-drops, though. Man, if we're going to be playing, like, 2+ Frenzied Raiders, though, I'd really want to be able to... I'm going to take the Firewalker. I think the Forest might have been the safer pick there. Take the Longboat here. Squash Wheeling is cool, but we already have so much removal that's way better. And another Frenzied Raider. Again, Craven Hulk I would love as a one of. I'd say I don't know if I want to play more than 2, but... Oh, man. Axeguard Cavalry versus another snow-covered... At this point, Icehide Troll is the only reason... Well, I guess Frostbite too, but I'm going to take the Cavalry. I don't think I'm playing 2 Longboats, but I'm definitely not playing a Breda Guard, so I'll take the Longboat. And a Bind. This is a pretty good removal spell, I'd say, but there's a lot of enchantment removal, so maybe not. Arnie Broken Brow. Now that is a card, certainly. There's also a Packmate, which is, I'd say, the best green common in the set. A Feed the Serpent, but we're not splashing for that. If we wheel the Curter, I'll be pretty happy. Or this fella. If we wheel either of these legendary uncommons, I'll be really happy. But I think it's a pretty easy Broken Brow. 3/3 haste for 3 is already very good value, but the fact that it has a easy to use boast that can be used just for basically more damage, I think is pretty simple. Pretty simple pick for me. Arnie slays the troll, Doomscar Giant. These are some picks. I think Arnie might be... Man, is it? It might be the play to take either the Outrider or the Doomscar and try and wheel the Arnie. It doesn't seem like anyone else is really in the red-green color combo. And unless you're solidified in that color combo, I don't think a lot of people will take this very highly. I think it's down to these 2 for me. Boreal Outrider or the Doomscar. Man, that's a good card. We already have so many 3-drops. I'm going to take the Doomscar and really hope we wheel that Saga. Alright, not a whole lot for us here. Runestone isn't playable. Glittering Frost I don't think is necessary. Squash is not necessary, so I think it's going to be Cavalry for me. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Cavalry for me. Getting the second Cavalry kind of solidifies our 2-drop slot. We got a lot of solid 2-drops now. And I think basically what we just need to do now is get some good boast cards towards the end here. No boast here. There's another Frostbite and there's a Provoke the Trolls. Provoke the Trolls is interesting because if it hits, say, a Toski or a Doomscar, it just pumps it, which is pretty sweet. But we already have so much premium removal that I almost just want to take... Well, I guess it's all removal here. I don't think Reinforcements is playable. I'm going to take the Provoke the Trolls. It's kind of hilarious with Toski. I lied. I'm going to take the Frostbite. Frostbite's just too good. Shock is amazing, and if we do somehow hit that threshold... Wow. We got some picks here for sure. Tusky Firewalker, we've already got 2 of, but like I said, more boast creatures makes our Frenzied Raiders a lot better. I think we can probably wheel that. We could probably wheel either that or the Craven Walker. I'm sure one of these three cards will wheel. I think for me it's probably going to be the Glade Warden. Big value card. Gets down all creature types. Pumps creatures later in the game. I think it's going to be a Glade Warden. Okie doke. Here we have a Sculptor of Winter, a Colossal Plow, Mammoth Growth, Emberstrom Raider, which is probably the pick here. I don't know if we end up playing it since we already have so many 2-drops that are better than it, but I think it's probably better than Sculptor of Winter in our deck as we only have 3 Snowlands. Yeah. I'm going to take the Raider and probably put it in the sideboard. There's another Slumber Mound, but as we already have one, I don't think it's really that great to have 2 of them. They do enter the battlefield tapped, so that's something you have to keep an eye on. Third Frostbite is interesting. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe the second Hoggy Mob. Is that crazy? It might be. I don't think we need the third Frostbite. I'm going to take the Hoggy Mob. I don't know if we end up playing 2, but it's another Boast creature and another top-end creature for us. Well, and then we get past another Hoggy Mob, so I wish I would have taken the Frostbite. Well, we're not playing 3 Hoggy Mobs. I'm going to take the Run Amok. I don't know if we play it, but it's certainly nice. And we do wheel the Kurdur. Didn't wheel the Svella, which is kind of sad, but Kurdur is also good. I don't know if we have the capabilities of splashing very easily. I'm going to take them, though, because I'm not taking either of those 2 cards. Pick doesn't matter. Kind of get into the last few picks here. We might wheel 1 or 2 things, but this might be the basis of our deck. Hopefully we wheel that Firewalker. I think a third Firewalker would really... Well, wield the Provoke the Trolls. We might take this just because I think we're a little low on creatures. But man, I really don't like that card. I'll take the Provoke. Hey, see, look, I said we might wheel one of these 3 cards. Probably will, and we wheeled all 3. I think it's going to be the Firewalker pretty easily for me. So as far as the splash goes, we have the Sulphurous Mire. And we have Seize the Spoils, which we might not even be playing. Well, I think green really dried up. So bottom line, we probably should have been red-black. But I don't think black was necessarily very open either, other than like the Carter. It's very... I think just having the Toski alone makes being in green probably the better pick, but yeah, we didn't get great stuff. I think we're probably cutting the Ice Hide Troll. We only got 3 Snowlands, and I don't think... Well, the ring is probably impertinent if we're going to be splashing the black. Longboat probably isn't necessary. So let's look at our spells, because we have quite a few. Spells versus creatures. So we've got 7 removal spells, and that's without the Carter's Vicious Return. And we don't have a lot of, like, we don't really have any token generation, so when we sack a creature to Carter, it's probably just going to end up being a spell creature, which isn't really what you want to be doing for 3 damage. Its middle ability is everyone discards a card, so you can kind of abuse like large creatures to resurrect the next turn. But I don't think we're going to be playing the Vicious Return. We might play... I think I'd rather splash for Carter himself rather than his Saga. The question is, do we splash for Vargoth? How many Boast creatures do we have without him? So we've got Arnie and the 3 Firewalkers and a Horizon Seeker. So we have 5 Boasters on 3. And then we have the 2 Hoggy mobs. What do we even search for with him? I guess Toski. Toski would be the search. And if we already have Toski, then probably like Doomscar Titan. If we have enough mana for it. I think we're cutting the black. Which means we're cutting the ring and the seas. This looks like the deck right here. Kind of an aggressive red-green. So we have no reason to run the Mire anymore since we cut the Troll and all of our black. So there's really no reason to play that. Which leaves us with this. It wants me to do 6-11, which I do not think is the play. Oops. Let's get some cool lands up in here. Let's get our full arts. I think we're going to do 7. And then I like using the full arts, I think, because it'll be easier to tell if we have snow mana. So we'll have 10-7. That seems right. Got double red on the Doomscar. Only playing 4 green cards, so yeah, this seems right. Alright, well, let's finish that up, and we'll just head right into game 1. I feel like this is a very good deck. I mean, as long as we can curve out and we hit our Demon Bolts, I'm feeling pretty good. I think Demon Bolt is the only Foretell card we have in the deck. No 2-drop, but this is definitely a keep. We can, if we don't draw a 2-drop, we can Foretell the Demon Bolt, and then turn 3 we play one of our Boast creatures. Okay, opponent mulled down the 6, which is pretty good for us. Of course, it doesn't take them out of the game, but always love to see opponent mull. Gonna foretell the Demon Bolt. We did draw Arnie, but I think it's pretty easily going to be a Horizon Seeker here for us. Well, I think since I didn't draw a land, maybe I play the Firewalker. Green-black. Yeah, I'm going to play the Firewalker. Firewalker means that if we do draw a land, we can boast. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I think the play here is to attack. Well, maybe we just play Toski here. I don't think that's crazy. They can't have the uncommon black removal spell, and Serpent is still 1 off. I don't think there's any green instant speed removal. I'm going to play Toski. We'll draw a card here. Man, Toski's good. Next turn we have like a Haster and a Demon Bolt, which is pretty crazy. Cosmos Elixir. Well, I think that's actually really good for us. Drawing 2, or gaining 2 life each turn is certainly uncomfortable for us, but we're drawing 3 cards here. And drawing 3 cards. Pretty crazy, bringing them down to a whopping 12. And I think I just play Axe Guard Cavalry. Gives us a potential hasty Hoggy Mob if we want to. He's going to feed Toski. When you have to use your removal spell on a 1/1 against the aggro deck, I think this guy's pretty much dead. Do we want to play tapped land here? I think we are 3... What does he do? You may change his base power to 1 plus the greatest power. So we'll have 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, he's just... I'm pretty sure he's just dead. I'm going to play... Yeah, it's got to be an untapped land, of course. We're going to give the Hoggy Mob haste. We're going to attack with all. And then we're going to Broken Brow. Damn. Deaders. Exact lethal. Turn 6, exact lethal. Opponent didn't really do much. I don't think that artifact is a particularly great card in Limited. I mean, gaining 2 life for 4 mana isn't particularly great, so if you can get a 2-drop and a 3-drop down before it, I think it can be okay, but against an aggro deck, he just had a bad hand. Pretty handedly won that game. Toski is, of course, like I said while we were drafting, a bonkers card. Well, this is not an amazing hand. It's pretty... a little suspicious. I'm going to keep it. We just need 1 land to unlock our boasters. We're on the play. Don't even need green at the moment. But if we draw, you know, a forest turn 2, I'd be pretty happy. Another opponent mulled a 6 on the draw. I mean, if you're going to mull a 6, you probably want to be on the draw, but again, as an aggro deck, love seeing your opponent mull. Playing the Veil, this card's pretty sweet. It's a snow land that you choose the color that it can tap for when it enters. I'm going to foretell a Demon Bolt here, so we drew that for the turn. Crossing our fingers for a 3rd land. A man can dream. Snow-covered plain. So it looks like we're playing a... Wow, so we went white on the Veil and then played a plains. I don't think he's mono white, but not usually what you see. Could be mono white. Saw a mono blue deck yesterday. Oh, what a draw. He foretells a card. There is quite a few good white foretell cards, but I think it's going to be a pretty easy to scary for me. To scary means that, well, I mean, I could also see going Broken Brow here, but I think it's quite possible that this card is the deal 5 to a tapped creature. If he's going mono white over here. I think he's thinking about whether if he wants to bound this in gold, which is like an arrest effect that makes it so it can't attack, block, or activate abilities. Yep. So he's going to bound our Firewalker. So we're gonna go Broke Brow here, just swing in for 3. Didn't draw a land, which is a little upsetting. Got all of our top end, but we do have 2 removal spells. Frostbite being just a shock for us, since we only have the 1 snow permanent and Demon Bolt. I'm telling you though, I'm pretty sure that this is probably going to be the deal 5 to a tapped creature, which means our Broken Brow probably isn't surviving the end of our next combat, if he doesn't kill it here. Well, we drew a land, but it's a tapped land, which is a little unfortunate. But, you know, I'll take it. I mean, we're just going to swing in. This land isn't great in an aggro deck, but it does mean that if you flood out, you can get a body. I don't think that Destroy a Land is going to be particularly important. We're going to foretell the giant here, the Doomscar, and then we're just going to end the turn. Keep up our 2 removal spells, hopefully draw land for a Hoggy Mob next turn. Opponent revitalizes. So it looks like he might be mono white, which could honestly be one of our worst matchups, as mono white of course has life gain, and it's got removal plentiful. Did not draw a land, but I will play a Lityara Glade Warden. I think certainly one card that this deck is missing is a 1/of the creature that can enter the battlefield and naturalize. It's a changeling, so it exiles a creature from your graveyard in order to destroy an artifact or enchantment. And that card is so good against this Bound in Gold, which is pretty premium removal in white. If you're playing a white deck, he's probably going to have at least one of these. Oh, it drops down the swamp. So we are against a white-black deck. Still pretty surprised that he went for the white on this if he didn't have any black card or any black mana in hand. Oakley dokley. Well, once again, we did not draw the land, and I don't think we're going to Glade Warden, our own Glade Warden just yet. I don't think it's very necessary to just make ourselves a 5/5 so that he can do another, like, Iron Verdict. Alright, so he's going to take 3 here. We are going to just foretell another Demon Bolt and end our turn. It's also very possible that, since we have no way to get rid of this Bound in Gold, as far as I can remember, it's very possible that we just end up, like, frostbiting our own creature. Well, that's going to be a pretty easy Demon Bolt for me. Alright, we drew our 5th land. Hype! I think for now we're just going to go into combat and swing with our Glade Warden. We definitely want to get a Hoggy Mob down before we get the Doomscar and Titan down. So I'm going to do that right now. Play the Hoggy Mob. Opponent's got to do something here. They got to really play a creature that has larger than 4 toughness, or a way to remove our Hoggy Mob. Passes the turn with 3 cards up. Well. Again, he's pretty obviously got removal here, so I think I'm actually just going to attack in with both creatures, keeping up our 2 removal spells. Because we don't need to put more on the board. He could easily just have a Wrath effect as well. But if he had a Wrath effect, I'm assuming he probably would have played it last turn if he doesn't have more removal in hand. Really? Huh. So I think for me, I'm actually just going to play the Fangbearer. And I think I'm also going to ping their face just because I have the mana to do so. I can ping them and still keep up Demon Bolt. I don't really have anything else to do with the mana other than keep up both my removal spells, but I don't think is necessary. And I also don't want to overextend by putting another 5-drop on the board, as the Wrath is pretty much the only card that can fully get him out of this. But opponent really hasn't done anything. I mean, 2 removal spells, a draw spell, and 1 creature with a whole lot of land. I'm assuming our opponent's just completely flooding out. He might have like a few lands sandbagged in his hand as well. But even if my opponent does have a Wrath effect, he needs another removal spell on top of that to... Yeah, okay. Good game. Even while lands through, we can still win. Again, our opponent didn't really do anything, so that's not saying much. But here we go into game 3. Good. Already 2-0 going into game 3.
Nice.
Alright, not really. Wow, going first again. 3 games in a row we're going first, which is exactly what we want. A pretty easy keep, but it's definitely the worst hand we've had so far. I'd say this might be even worse than the 2-lander we got last round. Oh, and it just got exponentially better. We're going to foretell the Demon Bolt. And then next turn we'll play the Firewalker. Oh, opponent's playing spells, which is not something we're used to. We could draw something, but if he just plays a creature here, we're probably just going to slam Toski. He is playing black, so we could have the Feed the Serpent, which is one of the only ways to deal with Toski, other than continuing to just block. Wow, so he doesn't have... Well, we're just slamming Toski here and drawing a card. He doesn't have any way to crew the boat, which means we're getting in for 3 and drawing 1. I just love, love, love. Got 2 removal spells, which means that even if he... Wow, we drew Arnie too. Rares are good, from what I've heard. Arnie isn't really a bomb diggity rare, but man, he's strong. A 3-mana 3/3 haste is already just amazing stats. Drops the Packmate. And a Sculptor. Alright, well, Toski's going to be attacking. He is a attack-only boy. I almost want to bolt the Packmate and then swing. Well, I guess if I bolt the Packmate, he crews. So either way, he's going to have a 3/3 on defense. I think I'm actually just going to go to combat here. I'm going to swing with Toski. If he blocks with the Packmate, I can just bolt or frostbite it instead of having to bolt it. Okay, so he's gonna block with the longboat, which is fine. We'll frostbite the longboat. And then I think pretty easily we can just foretell the second Demon Bolt and pass. This way, if he just plays like another sizable creature, we might just Demon Bolt, leaving up his Sculptor, and then we can, Okay, well, yeah, it's not bad. And a Priest, sure. So pretty easy Demon Bolt on the Packmate. He only has one Snowland, so the Priest like can kill the... Swinging with the Sculptor, that's interesting. Demon Bolt, Packmate. I don't think we Demon Bolt the Priest. It can kill Toski, but I mean if he had the Priest, I'm surprised that he threw down the Wither Crown. Okay, so he's going to Village Rites, it's fine. At the beginning, you may lose one life unless you sacrifice this creature. Wait, so is it asking if I want to sack it? The wording on this is so terrible. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose one life unless you sacrifice this creature. No, I do not want to sack it. Okay. Alright, well. Pretty easily just going to Raider Brokebrow. Swing with all. Draw at least one card here. Okay, since he blocked there, I don't think we pump the Arnie. I don't think there's really any need to. Hit him for 3, draw a card, draw another Demon Bolt, because why not? And we just end the turn there. Keep up our other Demon Bolt. So I think here he probably sacks the Priest to kill Toski, because even Toski is a 0/1, he still draws me cards whenever another creature deals damage. Skull raids me. Yeah, that's pretty good. Unfortunate. So yeah, we discard the Demon Bolt. Does he have something else? So he drew a card. So, well, I think we are pretty easily just going to Demon Bolt that. That way he doesn't draw a card, and we would probably end up Demon Bolting that anyways. Take 1. We're going to keep the mountain on us because we're going to Firewalker, and we want to be able to play a land from the Firewalker if we exile a land from the top. Alright, so first we're going to Firewalker. Frenzied Raider gets a counter, and then we are going to Brokebrow, because he will be a 5. We are going to draw 2. Then we are going to play the Mountain and the Hoggy Mob. Hey, another win in the books, baby. 3-0. This deck's really good. Demon Bolt is just a premium removal spell that kills 90% of the creatures in this set. And we have 5 of them, which means that we pretty much consistently will get like 2 each game. And the games in which we get more is just gravy. The only way these Demon Bolts come back to bite us is if we get like a hand of just Demon Bolts, and even that is like worst case scenario. Easy keep here. We're going to have a Frostbite in case they play a good... Okay, so we're going to be on the draw this time. So Frostbite's going to be really good in case they have like a good 2-drop. And then turn 2 we'll have a Cavalry. Good hand here. Okay, playing... Okay, foretells a card, which means I think it's pretty easily going to be us. I'm going to play the Cavalry. Let's apply some pressure. So green-white foretell. This could just be a pack mate. Oh, an effigy. Okay, sure. And a Horizon Seeker, sure. So I think for us, I could just drop a 3-drop, but I think I am going to... I'm going to foretell a Demon Bolt and then pass. And then when he goes to combat, I'm probably just going to Frostbite the Horizon Seeker. I don't want it to attack in case he's looking for that land. And if he wants to attack with the effigy, good on him. Okay, yeah, no blocks. Now this turn we can play a Firewalker and keep up Demon Bolt, which is the main reason why I wanted to do what I did last turn instead of just playing a Firewalker. Okay, so we played a 2-2, so I'm probably not instant speeding or hasting the Firewalker since he'll just block. But I will... I wonder if I should just play a Glade Warden. Or if I should just play Firewalker, no attacks, keep up Demon Bolt. Probably seems better. Yeah, I'm going to play the Firewalker. And we'll just pass. I like this play because if he plays a large creature and we're able to Demon Bolt it, then we might just have a hasty Hoggy Mob on our turn. Just pretty good. Okay, that's pretty Demon Boltable. I think I will Soiten... Wow, and he's attacking too? Yeah, no blocks. That's a really good attack for us because we're going to Demon Bolt, and if we draw a land here, we have a hasty Hoggy Mob that he can't block. So we're really hoping for a land. Oh, Demon Bolt. Well, can't have it all. I think this turn I might attack with both and see what we get off of the Firewalker. Because I think I'm okay with letting him trade now. We're gonna boast another Demon Bolt. Well, shoot. Should I just Demon Bolt that then? No, I think I let the trade go through, and then I'm just gonna Demon Bolt the effigy. This way it's gonna be... We still have one Demon Bolt, and it's gonna be really hard for him to trade or double block with the Hoggy Mob when we do play it. Okay, so he plays his own Cavalry. 2 mana foretells a card. And we get the hasty Hoggy, which is very nice. Swing in with the hasty Hoggy. Hog Dog. That's 5 damage. Feeling pretty good here. Bounding Gold, that's fine. We draw land and probably playing the He's attacking. Interesting. So I think I am then going to Firewalker, give it haste, and then I'm going to be playing Foretelling a Demon Bolt. I don't think I have any reason really to use his ability. If I hit a land after Firewalking Boast, I mean, that's great, but I don't really want to take those chances. I'm just going to Foretell. Opponent stuck on 4 lands. He could have the Skemfar, which would be pretty good. It's a fight that gives a 1 counter, so he could kill the cavalry and then either sit back or... That's interesting. Whenever it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, create a treasure token. Yeah, that's pretty good. Opponent is smacking us down. He feels like he can win this race. Oh, does he have the Skemfar on top of that? That'd be crazy. Oh, okay, so that's really bad for us. That is really bad. Well, well, well. Goldspan Dragon is a pretty dang good card. 5, 6, 7. Shoot. Man, if we were able to just get a Demon Bolt off of... Huh. Well, we're probably just dead. I think our only chance here is probably just to foretell the other Demon Bolt. And then pass. I think we're going to have to double bolt the dragon, which hurts. Do I double bolt before he has a chance to untap? I think I do. Hello? Why can't I play this? Oh my, okay. We just made a huge mistake. Okay, well. We lose. Good game. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you don't realize there, that is a very good lesson to learn early. I just foretold that card. And foretell reads that you can't play the card that you foretell until the turn after you foretold it. So basically, I foretold that Demon Bolt and then tried to cast it on the same turn, which is a big no-no. So the play there was to just hard cast that Demon Bolt because there's no reason to foretell it. I don't know why I did. I think it's easy to get into the mindset early that you have to foretell Demon Bolt, but it is also just 3 mana deal 4. Easy keep for us. So that was pretty silly of me. I could have easily also just waited for his turn and then double Demon Bolted, because then on his turn both of them would have been playable. But hey, you know, it's a new set. Make mistakes. I don't think I'll probably make that mistake again. We're on the play, and opponent has mulled to 6 once again, which means that as long as we draw our 3rd land, we're looking pretty crispy here. I think foretelling Demon Bolt there is also a fine play, but I'm just going to go kind of aggro here and swing in for 5. This way, if they play a creature... Oop, bump, sorry about that. If they play a creature, we can just hardcast Demon Bolt. Plays a Herald. So I think we are just gonna... Wow, Elvish War Master, huh? That is certainly a good one. Yeah, I'm just gonna be hardcasting a Demon Bolt on Herald and swinging for 5 again. Taking down to 10. So is this whenever one or more elves enters the battlefield? So he had a way down, which is pretty good. I think for me here, I'm just going to offer the trade, and then if he takes the trade, then that's cool, and I'll just play a Firewalker. But if he doesn't take the trade, then I think I'll suspend a Demon Bolt. Okay, so he doesn't take it, which tells me that he's almost definitely got elves in his hand. Which means I am definitely foretelling this guy, and then if he plays an elf, I'm going to bolt the War Master in response. Yeah, that's just too much value. The life gain's annoying, but we'll get past it, you know. I almost want to... Okay, I'm just going to swing with the Axe Guard again, give him the trade. I think almost certainly he's taking it this time. Yep. And then I'm just going to be playing 2 creatures. So not looking great for us. They had some, I mean, a lot of draw, good removal, life gain, the works. A 2-5. How am I gonna beat a 2-5? Man. Swing with the 1-3, just punch him. He can't block it. He's got Death Touch and my creature won't even die. And then, once again, we're just playing 2 creatures and saying go. See what he can do next turn. The fact that he played the Shadow Mage on an empty board means that he's a little strapped for blockables. Death Knell Berserker. Okay, well, I think the play here is to just attack with everything and double Firewalker. I think is like the only way we're really winning this. We'll see what his blocks are, and then we'll Firewalker since we don't want him to see. Another Firewalker, okay. And a Doomstar Titan. That's rough. So we can't play the Titan, but we can slap down the Firewalker. Well, Titan was a sad hit there. It would have been much better to just draw that card outright. But such is the way with the Firewalker. Oof. Yeah, not looking great here. Whoa, Frostbite was a good draw, though. So if I attack with everything, he probably double blocks. Well, he can't double block the Raider. So he chumps the Raider, puts the Skemfar in front of the Firewalker, and then... Okay, I think I know what I'm doing here. We're going to main phase this, just because I don't want him to be able to block with it at all. And then we're going to swing in. The Raider becomes a 5/5 and he's going to chump that. The Finn takes him down to 5 and puts him at 6 poison counters. We're kind of banking on the Firewalker hitting something here, which I don't love, but once again, we're kind of in a spot where we need to push for more cards. Okay, Horizon Seeker's not a bad draw there. Once again, he needs to find an answer to the Raider and an answer to Finn. I mean, yeah, this is looking alright for us. A Demon Bolt off the top would be pretty decent. Man, 2 Heralds. That's pretty nice. Man, this guy's got a sick elf deck, and that was a bad draw. Well, kind of flooding out here, which is unfortunate. Man, we might just need the pass. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. If I attack with my 5/5, it just trades with one of his creatures, and the Finn... You know what? If I attack with the Raider and the Fangbearer, he can't kill both of them. And you know what? I'm just swinging with everything. Once again, the Horizon Seeker will just get eaten by the Shadow Sage if he blocks that way, but my Frenzied Raider is going to become a 6/6. Yeah, so this is the obvious blocks. And grab a Snow Covered. Basically, I'm putting all my marbles into the Raider. He needs to draw something to either kill it or trade with it, and that's not going to do it. Draw more lands, though. So he's going to chump here. And I'm actually going to sandbag these lands. I don't really have any reason to play them, and if he has the discard spell, not only will he feel more inclined to play it since I have 2 cards in hand, but he also won't draw any cards if have less than 2. That's one way for him to really get back in this, is if he has that discard spell and he just draws 1 or 2 off of it. So he needs a... Okay, well, oh, and that was a really good draw. Well, let's swing in, see if he just chumps. Chump. Nice. You know, we're not even going to foretell the Demon Bolt, because if I foretell it, it's going to be pretty obvious what it is. Death Knell Berserker. Definitely just going to Demon Bolt that end of turn. See if this is the win. Another Demon Bolt. Let's get in. Oh, good game. Man, what a game. I'm sure that there may have been 1 or 2, maybe not mistakes, but different plays that you could have made. The plays that I made were much more aggro than probably necessary, but Frenzied Raider is such a good card. And sometimes it's even worth it just to sacrifice a Boast creature so that you can, quote-unquote, draw a card and put a 1/1 counter on the Frenzied Raider. Going into Game 5, we are... No, Game 6. We're 4-1. I don't think there's any viewers, but I'm also going to be uploading this to YouTube, I think.
Nice.
I'll be uploading my drafts to YouTube.
If you want me to edit it.
Hopefully there won't be much editing, but... So this is a pretty easy keep. Once again, just crossing our fingers for a 3rd land, but we've got 2 good 3rd land. Bibbidi bop. The question now is whether if we foretell Demon Bolt on turn 2, or if we play a 2-drop. He's going to be playing a Finn, which means I am going to be foretelling the Demon Bolt. Finn is very good with pump spells and fight spells. So if I'm going to be playing a 2-drop like my own Finn next turn, I really want to be able to have the Demon Bolt up. Berserker, looks like we're playing... Oh, opponent is mana screwed, it seems. You know, I could play my own Finn, but I think I actually want to play the Cavalry, because the Cavalry will kind of force out a like fight spell or pump spell, which I kind of like. If I just play the Finn, he probably just sits back and... Well, actually, you know what? Maybe Finn was the right play there. Yeah, I'm gonna block the Berserker. Because this is really like... He... Never mind, I'm gonna Frostbite. Does he have something? If he has something, I'm gonna get... Okay. I don't think there's a pump spell in Black-Red for 2 other than the, like... Oh man, giving it +2/+0 and... would have been really bad now that I think about it. Oh well. We are going to play a Mountain, and we could play Toski and draw a card here, but the Finn with the poison counters is kind of making me nervous, so I think I'm actually just going to go for Horizon Seeker here. I'm going to offer the trade Horizon Seeker with Finn if he attacks, and keep up the Demon Bolt. Okay. That is completely fine. I think at this point we just Demon Bolt the Finn now. Next turn we can play Toski and draw 2 cards. I'm not going to play a land. I feel like he has the... Swing 2, draw 2. I think this game's pretty much over. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands. I will draw. I was originally not going to play a land because of the discard spell. Again, it's a card that I think is very worth playing around. He's just going to foretell. Yeah, this game's pretty much over. 3, 4, 9. I'm just going to play... Well, let's just go to combat. Draw 3 cards. Ink. Bonk. Ink. And I'm just going to play the Cavalry, and then I'm going to foretell the Demon Bolt. Yeah, alright. Well, this is going quite nice. I think aggro, of course, is extremely competitive in the best-of-1 format, as your opponents aren't going to be able to have extra games to play around the aggressiveness. So I think aggro is going to be strong in your normal draft format in a best-of-3, because obviously, I mean, this deck's really strong, but don't let this tell you that that aggro is going to be the way to go in draft, because not necessarily, but this is certainly a very good aggro deck. And we've been playing first a lot. We're on the draw this time, but getting to play first is just half the battle for aggro decks a lot of the time. Okay, so we have the Demon Bolt, but I think I'm just going to be going for the Finn here. You could have the 1-mana tap spell, which would be pretty good on a Finn, as you only take 1 damage and you tap down a very important creature. So I could easily see him doing that. Currently he doesn't have any snowlands, so he can't use the tap ability on Frost Augur, but that could change, of course, even this turn. Okay, no frost mana. He is keeping up the Demon Bolt, though, as will I. I'm just going to swing in with Finn. Finn. Hit him for 1. And we are going to foretell. I think we foretell here so that way next turn we can play a 3-drop and keep up the bolt. I think just playing a 3-drop leaves us to... okay. I think I'm probably just going to kill that end of turn. Let him scry before you kill it, so that way he has less. Wow, 3 top, huh? It's a little Monka S. Swings in with the 1-2. Interesting choice, my friend. I mean, I guess he's not blocking the fin, so why would he keep it back? Still doesn't have snow mana. Draw an Arnie. Interesting. Arnie pushes for damage, but I think it's probably still better just to play a Firewalker here. Firewalker still kind of forces him to have a larger creature in order to block since they're the same size. And since Arnie comes down with haste, he's better in the later game or an extremely aggro begin game. But since we're kind of in the mid game now, I don't think it's really necessary to just throw down the Arnie. Next turn we play one of our 3-drops and then we foretell the Doomscar. Goes for a Bergstrider, that's fine. He didn't have Frost mana, so the Firewalker is actually back up. But again, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be playing the Horizon Seeker and foretelling the Doomscar. And then keeping back the Fin in case he wanted to attack with the Bergstrider. I think that's a trade we probably make. I doubt he's attacking with the Bergstrider, but it's possible. 2 mana foretells. Okay. So it could be the counter spell, which would be pretty sad. But I don't think that's really something we can play around, because Doomscar Titan's just super decent here. No, we're going to play the Hoggy Mob. I think playing the Hoggy Mob is just... I mean, developing our board only makes the Doomscar Titan better. Disdainful Stroke. That's exactly what I was afraid of. So that is completely fine. That is a trade I'm very happy to make. I'd much rather trade the Hoggy Mob than the Doomscar, as the Doomscar comes down and pumps our whole team, which means that he can't even comfortably block the Bergstrider to any of our 3/2s, as they will be 4/2s. Plays a Basalt Ravager, so he's going to swing... Oh! They're all wizards. Wow. Okay, well, that was a pretty good play by him, for sure. So I think then we actually play the Arnie and the Frenzied Raider, and then we're going to boast Arnie. Because this basically forces a block on Arnie, so it'll trade with his Basalt Ravager, and then he's going to take 6. And our Raider will get a 1/1 counter. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Yeah, so Basalt Ravager basically has to block the Arnie. I'm going to boast Arnie even though it doesn't do anything. It's just going to put a 1/1 counter on the Raider, which is very important. You could boast the Firewalker, but since we've already played... we've already played a land, so we can't even play a land and we can't play any spells, so you're basically just milling 1 card. And it's not even mill because it exiles. So boasting the Firewalker would be wrong there. Giants scare me. They have so many endgame cards that... Orvar? Jesus. He still has a card for Foretold too. Take a sip of water. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, if it targets one or more permanents you control, create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. When a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard a card, create a token that's a copy of that permanent. Well, shoot, he's got 2 mana up still. I'm gonna foretell. I think foretelling is a lot stronger here, as a counterspell just kind of wrecks us on the Doomscar, and then next turn, even if he does keep up the counterspell, we'll at least still have Demon Bolt up. So no attacks. Okay, so it is a Behold the Multiverse. So going Doomscar Titan probably would have been the right play there, but I mean, it's really hard to make I don't think we made the wrong play, but obviously we were playing around a card that they didn't have. Okay, so he's got the Frost Mana now. Jeez, he's got 3 cards in hand. Gorsh. Depending on what he plays, we'll probably just Demon Bolt the Orvar end of turn. I think. Plays a Craven Hulk. Sure. Okay, so now I'm pretty sure I just Demon Bolt the Bergstrider. Wow, he does have it. Okay, well, that's kind of the card I was afraid of, since, I mean, look. No bueno. Yeah, this game isn't looking too great for us. We will be swinging all out though. So he gets to kill 3 of our creatures here, which is pretty bad. I mean, trades with 3 creatures, but he's got the Bergstrider in his hand still. So this game isn't over, of course, but very interesting blocks coming out here. I mean, I guess it's not that interesting. The double block is a little odd to me, but he doesn't have trample. I don't even think it's worth it to boast. This is still trading, so yeah, I don't think we boast. Well, again, this game isn't looking great for us, but as long as he doesn't have anything other than the Bergstrider, we can easily just draw a Demon Bolt and be right back in this game. But that bounce spell really hurt us there. I think we probably, if we do lose this game, we probably lost it when we didn't play the Doomscar Titan the turn earlier. Yeah, got nothing. Calamity Bearer. Jesus. Yeah, this guy's deck is pretty bonkers. Calamity Bearer. Inga, Orvar. This is gonna force us to chump a creature. In order to survive this turn, we're gonna have to trade with the Calamity Bearer and then chump the Bergstrider. I guess it's, yeah, it is a trade because he doubles his deal damage to a opponent and deals double damage. Damn, man, that card's bonkers. Wow, yeah, what a great deck. Kind of jealous. Run amok. Run amok kills me. Miss. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, alright. So I guess it depends on whether or not he had the bounce spell, or if he drew that off of the draw spell. Still going for 7 wins, but we got 2 losses now. Once again, very keepable hand. Just need a couple lands off the top for this to be extra spicy. Well, that is certainly not a land. I'm going to play the Demon Bolt. I'm going to foretell it anyways. Hopefully we draw a land, and next turn we can play a 2-drop, keeping up the Bolt. Oh, another Giants deck. Yikes. Oh, and we did not draw a land. Well, this could very easily be a loss for us. He already has a snow-covered island, too. Wow. Agar. Demon Bolt, sure. Land. Decent. Could pretty easily just play Raider here. His next giant costs 2. So he could play a 6-drop giant here. My god. Plays Agar. Does he have a follow-up? Squash. Yeah. I mean, squashing a 2/2 is pretty good for us, but keep up Frostbite. I think there's merit to playing Toski there, but not much. I mean, you can easily just like play a 4/4 and okay, seize the spoils. Discarding an Ice Tunnel. Gets a treasure. Plays a Sulphurous Mine. Okay. So barring the... Whoa. What the hell?
What happened?
Oh, the laptop disconnected somehow. So pretty easy Toski here. I'm gonna draw one. Draws a land. We could boast there, but again, no reason to other than to exile one of our demon bolts that's on top. Plays the Bergstrider, tapping down the Toski. Rune of Flight. 4/4 flyer now, huh? I'm gonna play a Hagi Mob. Well, maybe the two smaller creatures are better, because then I can get a surprise Hagi Mob next turn. I think that's actually the play. Wider board, which means easier draws with Toski, and then a potential hasty Hagi Mob, and if we draw a land, we can keep up. We can keep up Frostbite. The Berg, a 5/5 flyer. When it deals damage to a player. Really, he's going aggressive, huh? We're gonna draw 4 cards. Sure, I'll draw 4 cards. Yeah, alright. Double Rune of Flight. I wonder if he has a crown or if he just values the runes that high. So I think there's a couple runes that you can value pretty highly, but the Rune of Flight without... I guess he did have the pick too, so we can enchant the pick, but... Alright, final boss. Either we get 7 wins or fall just short. Decent hand, decent hand. I think were we on the play or the draw? I didn't even look. Either way, this is a good hand. I think turn 2 we're probably going to foretell a Demon Bolt, and then turn 3 we can play a Cavalry, hopefully keeping up the Bolt. Or depending on the situation, we might just throw down the Firewalker, but that's probably less likely. Okay, I am going first. Start with the snow-covered mountain. Okay, foretell that. Really would like to draw a mountain here. Story Seeker. Okay, mountain. Not bad. We could foretell the other Demon Bolt and keep them both up, but I think I'd rather just play a 2/2. And if they want to trade, I might let them. Might let them trade, but... So he does not attack. Okay. I'm just going to foretell again. A land would have been pretty sweet here, but it's going to pass. Okay, so I think here I actually just let him hit. If he hits, he does gain the 2, but I might just be able to Demon Bolt whatever he plays, and then like that. That's definitely Demon Boltable. And then hopefully we draw a 4th land for Toski and kind of start going off. Nice. Draw a card. Still got 2 Demon Bolts. Feeling quite demonic. If we draw a land, we can foretell, play a 2-drop, and even still keep up one of the Demon Bolts. Should be pretty decent. Decent bolt. Plays a Lityara. That's pretty Demon Boltable. I'd be surprised if he attacked with the Story Seeker. Because though he may be winning the life gain battle, he's not winning the card value battle. And then even just like drawing a 5th land and maybe just slamming a Hoggy Mob probably wouldn't be terrible, but probably also not the right play. Okie doke, so we didn't draw a land. I think I'm going to Demon Bolt the Glade Warden and then play a Teskari Firewalker. I think is probably the right play. But we can go to combat, and I think if he wants to trade with the cavalry, I'll let him. But he probably just blocks Toski. Yeah, because this way he takes no damage and I just draw a card, which isn't terrible. Finally drew that. We did draw that land, 2nd main, which means I think I'm going to foretell and play a Raider. Land off the top is really good for us, because then we can Demon Bolt whatever he plays, and okay, he's just going to concede. Alright, 7 wins! Yeah! Just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 7 wins for our first draft of Kaldheim.
Do you want to reconnect to the laptop?
1 second. So we'll, bam, 7 wins. We'll claim that prize. 6 pack of runes. Making some money. Online gambling is fun. But anyways, that was the first draft of Kaldheim. If you liked that, please continue. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading lots more Kaldheim videos in the future. If you like to come in and watch me, I'm streaming while I do this. Streaming at twitch.tv login. I'll be streaming Magic, and occasionally we jump in for some like Fall Guys or whatever we're feeling for the day. We're gonna be playing a lot of Kaldheim here though, so tune in, subscribe, hit that bell. But yeah, thank you for joining me.